Hey guys, how's it going? I am the Film Attackers, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite trilogy ever made. It's not Star Wars, not Lord of the Rings, hell, it's not even Austin Powers. It's the Three Flavors Cornetto Trilogy. And I'm going to basically explain why this trilogy is my favorite of all time. So, to me, this trilogy does a good job of making a trilogy out of non-connected movies. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End, they're not connected by story. Like, you can watch any movie separately and you wouldn't miss any bit of the story. That's what makes that's what makes this trilogy great. I can watch one movie and not have to watch the previous one or the two before it. I don't have to. I can just watch one movie and be done. That's the one thing I love about it. But it's connected in other ways. The actors. Each trilogy is directed by Edgar Wright and stars Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. All three movies star them. They also have some returning actors. Um, Most importantly to me, it's Martin Freeman, who in the first two films are a bit of a cameo, and then in the third movie, he's a more major role. You got Bill Nye, who is Sean's stepdad in Shaun of the Dead, a police constable in Hot Fuzz, and is the voice in The World's End. Disconnected by, there's more actors and actresses that are in the Cornetto Trilogy that connected, but don't, it'll take forever. And most importantly, it's connected, well, there's two major important things it's connected by: theme and jokes. Now, the theme for these movies, for this trilogy, in my opinion, is growing up, maturing. I think if you go back and rewatch the Cornetto trilogy from Hot Fuzz, The World's End, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, The World's End, sorry, you'll see a theme of growing up, maturing, especially in the movie Shaun of the Dead, where the main protagonist is immature as hell. Because of his immaturity, he loses his girlfriend, and you know, goes out drinking, out of depression with his friend, and as they go out drinking, zombie apocalypse starts. And then at that moment, he has to learn to take charge and grow up. And in the zombie apocalypse section of the movie, you see Sean evolve and mature. And it's really, people seem to think that Liz is his main motivation for maturing. If you go back and rewatch the movies, it's his parents, his mother and stepdad. You see Sean really start maturing, you know, at certain points with their family. I won't spoil it. There are certain points, because if you haven't seen Shaun of the Dead, I really want you to go out and watch it. There are certain points in the film that involve his family where you really get to see him change and evolve. And at that moment is when Sean starts to realize that he needs to mature and take charge. And Hot Fuzz, he's already mature, but he's too mature, if you know what I mean. He doesn't have a sense of humor. He doesn't learn to let loose a bit. He's 100% about his job. It is only with the friendship of Butterman where he learns that. And, he learns that, you know, being like the way he is, is the reason why he never had friends. He never really had anyone to communicate with. He's always been antisocial. And it's at a certain point where he talks to Butterman about his childhood, about how he used to arrest neighborhood kids, and they used to always beat him up. And at that moment, he realizes that he needs to start letting loose and, become more lighthearted a bit, which you do see in the second half of the movie. He becomes more closer with Butterman as a friend, and he starts to embrace the generic action hero police officer that Butterman seems to think that Nicholas Angel was. And, he matured because of that. He matured in a more realistic way in terms of he still loved his job, but he kept it lighthearted and he had friends. So, and then in the third movie, The World's End, it's about not letting go of your childhood past. You got, you have the main character, Gary King, who's played by Simon Pegg, who has never let go of the fact that, he failed the Golden Mile as a kid. That was supposed to be the beginning of his life. And because of that, because after graduation, he thought that was the time when he was going to, it's going to be the beginning of the start of his life, and it never turned out that way because he couldn't let go of the childhood that, of the past. And he couldn't let go of his high school days. And throughout The World's End, you see him self-destruct when he goes back to his hometown with his friends to do the drinking game, do the Golden Mile. And he starts to self-destruct, and he starts to realize that, at the last pub where he talks to his friend, that, he's always been this way. After high school was meant to be his start of his life, and it never turned out that way. And I will not spoil what happens at the end of the movie, but it's a very mature thing he does, and his character really grew up. So as you see, the main theme of the Cornetto Trilogy is growing up. Now, just like how it's connected with his themes, it's also connected by his jokes. And I'm going to only go over one joke because I don't want to spoil it if you've never seen the Cornetto Trilogy. There's a joke in the movie that has a fence, and it's in all three films. And Shaun of the Dead, Shaun sees a shortcut, he tries to jump over the fence breaks, and they basically continue on. In Hot Fuzz, again, it's a shortcut with a bunch of fences, and you see Nicholas Angel do acrobatic flips over it, jumping over him like it's nothing, but you see his friend Butterman, he's the one who breaks the fence. And in The World's End, again, he was trying to take a shortcut to get to the car. He tries to jump over the fence, grabs it, and it falls, just like in Shaun of the Dead. So it's really, what this trilogy is connected is not by storylines of each movie, it's connected by themes, jokes, actors, director. It's connected by all of that. And I think each film is great. Each film is great alone, but if you watch them in order, like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, The World's End, it's even better because you can see, what's connected, what's not connected. You can see all these new Easter eggs. There's Easter eggs to each film in different movies. It feels like all one big universe. I would highly suggest you guys watch the Cornetto Trilogy as a trilogy. Watch each film one after another. And I will be doing a Cornetto Trilogy live commentary where I go on live stream and I watch them with you guys. So, I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys next time.